Hi, welcome to the new Geek Lunch Meet. I'm your host Chris, a little bit later than scheduled. I've been busy doing some work in the garden, putting up fences and breaking up concrete and doing a patio, that sort of thing this weekend. So I didn't get a chance to record, but we'll take a look at what the news. First things first, they announced the Indiana Jones films are coming to 4K Blu-ray 8th of June. In a nice box set, all remastered. Interestingly, the wording on the press release said extensive visual effects work. Some people have sort of said they think that means a bit like the Star Wars special editions with new effects and stuff. I don't think they'd go that far. They're all pretty fine as they are. Obviously, the later film, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is obviously very up to date. Raiders is pretty faultless. I think personally, that just means I'm hoping they'll have just taken some of the matte shots, some of the superimposing that looks a bit dated, and just recomped it like they did with some of the work in Empire Strikes Back. There's some shots, particularly, so Raiders are pretty good. There are some shots in Temple of Doom near the end, where they're up on the bridge, where they're on the cliffs. Some of the superimposing doesn't look great. I wouldn't be against them if they were to just tidy some of that up. Not redo the effects. Also, when he's actually in the Temple of Doom underground, you've got there's like a pit of lava that separates from where the altar from where all the thuggy worshippers are. And some of the shots of that where it's obviously on a stage and they've just superimposed lava down the bottom looks a bit iffy. Yeah, so hopefully they haven't touched it too much and they've just touched up some of those, but we'll see. So that's the 8th of June. That's coming to 4K Blu-ray if you've got the ability to play that. Whether or not they'll come to Disney Plus, I don't know. There was a rumour a while back that they would be. I don't know quite how the licenses work. Disney obviously bought out Lucasfilm, and obviously the next Indiana Jones film will come through Disney. But I don't know how that works with Paramount. So we'll have to see on that one whether or not we actually they come, because like most of the Die Hard films are on Disney Plus now, except the first one. There's obviously some licensing there, even though Disney now owns Fox. I don't know if it's still. I think they were on Amazon Prime, so whether or not they'll have to wait till the Amazon Prime agreement runs out. Might be a similar thing with Indy. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. There was also an announcement, good for Star Wars fans, that in April a lot of old content, Star Wars stuff, is coming to Disney Plus. The two Ewoks movies, Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor, they were made for TV in the States back just after Return of the Jedi, so 83, 84. In Europe, I know definitely Caravan of Courage got a cinema release because I know I saw it. I can't remember whether Battle for Endor did. They're quite hard to get hold of now on DVD, so you can pay quite a bit of money for them on eBay. So yeah, they're both coming to Disney Plus. It's quite interesting. I rewatched them a while back to write some reviews for a website, and it just goes to show how your mind plays tricks with you. Because I remember Caravan of Courage, the first one, as being really good, and then Battle for Endor just being a bit ropey, not much going on. But actually, it's pretty much the other way around. The first one's got some nice effects work, but there's not much to the story. Whereas the second one, and it gets quite dark because the little girl, the girl and the boy who go to rescue their parents with the help of the Ewoks in the first film, everyone sort of gets killed off right at the beginning of the second film, except for the little girl, who then ends up living with Wilford Brimley for a bit. And then there's some really good battle sequences. And yeah, actually, the second one is a lot more enjoyable than the first one. So they're coming to Disney Plus, as is the Ewok cartoon series is also coming, as is the animated Clone Wars series, the original one, not the one that's on there now, the computer-generated one, sort of the 2D animated one, which is excellent. And they're only like little micro episodes, only about sort of 5 minutes each, by the guy that did Samurai Jack. I think it's Gendy Tartakovsky or something like that. I probably mangled his name, but they're coming as well. And as is finally the animated Boba Fett short segment that's part of the Star Wars Holiday Special. If you're not aware of it, after the first film came out in '77, they did a Christmas special, and it's absolutely appalling. It was made for TV. It's got all the actual original cast in it, but yeah, and they're singing and dancing. B. Arthur now runs the cantina on Mos Eisley, who sings a song. There's a sort of strange softcore porn. There's I think it's Chewie's grandfather who puts on a virtual reality headset. I say, and there's a strange uh, sort of erotic Wookiee thing happening. It's all very odd and it's been completely disowned, except there's an animated segment which is the first ever appearance of Boba Fett before Empire Strikes Back came out, and it's actually very good. And that is coming to Disney Plus in April as well. So there's lots of Star Wars content coming there. Also this week they announced Resident Alien has been renewed for season 2. That's a series it's currently showing. I think it's on Sky or on Sci-Fi, I'm not sure. With Alan Tudyk as an alien who's come to Earth and taken on the guise of a small town doctor. It's very good. It's very funny. It's just coming to the end of its first run. That's been renewed anyway, so that's good news. I'll drop a link in the description below for the trailer for Love and Monsters. That's coming to Netflix on April the 14th. Michael Rooker, who everyone will probably best know for playing Mary Poppins Jarl in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That looks like Zombieland, but with monsters. It came out last year in the States. Obviously, there's only a limited release with the pandemic. It's very quickly coming to Netflix, I say on the 14th of April. So, yeah, that looks good fun. The special effects look really good. So, yeah, that's definitely one to watch out for as well. I say I've been busy, not had a chance to watch much. Obviously, Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1 debuted last Friday. Very solid, lots of action. Won't go into any spoilers too much. Yeah, it's very different, obviously, after watching WandaVision, which was all very strange what's going on. This is much more, obviously, this was the original show that should have come out last summer, would have been the first MCU TV show, set 6 months after Endgame. Much more straightforward action. There's a really cool action scene at the beginning, which is the one in all the trailers where Falcon is flying through all these canyons, being pursued by helicopters. Yeah, and it was good. Get to see a different side of the world after the blip. You've got some political factions that actually quite enjoyed the fact that half the population disappeared, and obviously terrorist groups who wanted to go back to the way that it was during the blip. Didn't get a chance to sort of the whole sort of camaraderie and the banter between the two of them that we've had before in Captain America: Civil War, because they didn't actually meet in the first episode. But I imagine this week's episode I imagine we'll get some of that. Yeah, but definitely a good solid start. 45 minutes, I think the episode was roughly, so sort of longer than the WandaVision stuff. It's only 6 episodes, but you can sort of understand. You can see where the money is. Same with WandaVision. You could see if these were up on the big screen in the cinema, they would stand up. I think WandaVision's budget was estimated about 200 million for the 9 episodes. I suspect Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably not a lot less than that. I imagine there's going to be lots of big action special effects sequences as well. So the second episode of that obviously drops this Friday. So yeah, definitely one to watch there. That's about it for me. Just a quick update this week. So till next time, take care and eat geek and be merry.